Hello, friends. I'm King Basics. Welcome back. Welcome. Welcome to the Royal Army, my friends. Alright, so we left off in Buried. We're standing in the hallway that looks surreal for only a moment. What could be standing in front of us? Where would we go? And what the hell is this place? Let's dig a little deeper, shall we? The hallway reminds me of a hospital wing, but there's something not quite right about it. It's the first clean and tidy area I've seen since coming to in the woods. It looks like it was recently in use, despite the dim emergency lights overhead. There are chairs against the wall and the floor looks well cleaned, as do the walls. The ringing noise is definitely coming from here, and a small flashing red light along the ceiling seems to flash along with it. That ringing noise is an alarm, I say, if only to confirm my own thought. But for what? Dennis asks. And then he asks the question that has been on my mind since I found the little building in the woods. What the hell is this place? You see that? I guessed it before it even came along. That's awesome. Alright, sorry. Oh, back to the story. We exchange a look that speaks volumes. We reach to the end of the hallway and hear a sound like a large, metallic grinding. This is followed by a clicking noise and then the unmistakable noise of a generator kicking on. So somebody has to be in here. I shouldn't say somebody. Something has to be in here. Well, let there be light. Without warning, the facility jolts to life. The red glow of the emergency lights is suddenly replaced by bright white fluorescent ones. That mechanical hum is oddly comforting. Somehow, the power being back on urges us on. It's then that I notice the ringing noise has stopped. So it had to be an alarm. But for what? Just the power failure? We head down the hallway, the electric hum of the light sounding eerie overhead. Other than that, the place is dead quiet. The hall is about 100 feet long, with two main doors. One door opens into a large room that looks like a conference room with a whiteboard and papers strewn about. Across the hallway, another door looks like a laboratory of some sort. Dennis slumps against the wall in defeat and lets out a scary-sounding chuckle. Is something funny? I ask as dark and brooding panic starts to grip me. Dennis just keeps chuckling as he slides down to the floor. I'm just gonna sit here while you look around, he says. There's a look in his eyes that reminds me far too much of a dead animal on the side of the road. Enter the conference room or enter the lab? See, I don't know if I want to enter the lab. I might find some freaky shit in there. Some freaky shit that I don't want to deal with. But I don't really see anything going on in the conference room. I think if I want to know, if I want to get a better understanding of what's actually going on, I need to go into the lab. So let's head into the lab. I might regret this. Walking inside, I see small vials and glass containers held in a clear glass case. Everything is either glass or silver, and I instantly feel like I am dirtying the place up. I notice several test tubes in glass cases, as well as some sort of tube system that seems to have clear fluid trapped inside of it. In the back corner, I found a laptop in screensaver mode. Well, I'm not a scientist, I'm a logger. so I don't think looking at the test tubes is really gonna help me out. Let's go for the laptop. I hit the enter key, and a plain gray background pops up. There are several icons and folders to choose from. I click on a folder labeled Test 1.5 Ethos. A few documents are filled with formulas and names I mostly don't understand, but there are some things that are easy to understand. Things that make my blood go cold. Subject number 6, cause of death, embolism or aneurysm, or both. Ideas for new delivery mode. Spherical liquid, induced comatose state first, TerraCore Co., possible plutonium supplier. What in the freaking hell is going on in this? What are they delivering? It ain't babies. It ain't babies. They ain't delivering no babies in here. Not human ones. What in the hell? I can't help but go check out the test tubes. They're all filled with varying green and light blue fluids. One of them looks to have some sort of glowing dirt resting in the bottom of it. Another holds what looks like a grasshopper submerged in liquid. Only it's the strangest grasshopper I've ever seen. At first it looks like the expanding and contracting like a blowfish. Then it contracts so much that it vanishes completely. As I look closer, it springs back to existence in a completely different test tube, and I'm embarrassed when I actually jump back. I take another look around the lab, trying to piece together what might have been taking place here. I smell some sort of chemical in the air, and it makes me think that someone has used this lab recently. Outside in the hallway, I hear Dennis grunting. I head out of the room and see him still seated on the floor. But I don't get very far, because as I exit, a man comes rushing around the corner with an automatic rifle in his hand. Holy shit. Are you kidding me right now? Uh-oh. It's about to get real. It's hard to look beyond his rifle, but the man carrying it is young, with messy, dark hair. His skin is so pale that I wonder if he lives down here. He has the look of a guy who's been cooped up for a little too long. He doesn't seem like the kind of person I'd trust with a gun in a stressful situation. As he sees us in the doorway, he screams and brings the gun up. It is aimed directly at my head. Dennis jumps up and stands next to me, like he's ready to run for it. I recognize him by his height and build. He's the person I could barely see back in the dark tunnel. Well, I'm not going to try to attack. That would be stupid. I mean, yes, this guy probably shouldn't be having a gun, but he has a gun pointed at my head right now. So, you know, maybe if he was pointed at Dennis, I would consider it. But it's not. I put my hands in the air, surprised at how natural it feels to go into this surrendered state. Maybe it's because this feels like a dream. Maybe it's because I feel like I'll snap awake if the maniac pulls the trigger. Who are you? How did you get here? The man asked harshly. Before we can answer, he continues speaking. I don't recognize you. If you're here, you would have had to sneak past the security mics in the entrance hall. What? I ask, unable to think of anything else to say. Who are you? The man asked. Did you do this? The man eyes us both, and I see something in his eyes that unsettles me. He is scared, but there's something else. We're just loggers, man. We're just loggers. His eyes look distant for a minute, and then he says, bullshit. But for some reason, I'm pretty sure he knows I'm telling the truth. Someone knocked the power out, the man says. It's back on now, but if it was out long enough, well, we're in a heap of trouble. Was it you? Who sent you? Look, we don't know what you're talking about, Dennis says. Something happened out in the woods. Are you alone? Are there others with you? The armed man asks, thrusting the gun in my face. How the hell did we get in this situation? I think to myself. If only I'd left that damn ringing noise alone, we wouldn't be here. I'm not really sure if we want to give this guy information yet. We don't know anything about him. Then again, he might have answers. No, just us, or we're looking for a crew? I mean, right now it's just us. Right now it's just us, and I think that'll make him feel a little bit better. The man looks me up and down, trying to tell if I'm lying. What happened before you came here? He asks. No clue, I say. I open my eyes on the ground and don't remember anything. The last thing I remembered was fueling up my power saw, and then I was on my ass. We could hear the alarm from where we were, and there's a flash of white light, Dennis adds, like a bubble coming up out of the ground. But how'd you get in here? The man asks. I pointed down the hallway towards the subway. We came in that way. The doors weren't locked. His expression calms a bit, but I'm still very aware of the gun that is leveled less than a foot away from my face. Let's be civil here. The only way I'm putting this rifle down is after I've blown your brains out, the man says. With that, he sticks the muzzle of the gun in my face. It's a childish move, a playground tactic at best, but it's sufficient to show me that he knows he's in control now. He then levels the rifle at Dennis, and I can only assume it's because of his wounds make him appear to be the weaker of us. The man takes a shaky step forward. Dennis looks back and forth between the barrel of the gun and me, his eyes pleading for help. When you're the boss, when you're the leader, you just gotta go do it. Before I'm fully aware of what I'm doing, I step out in front of Dennis. The barrel of the rifle is nearly touching my chest now. Both Dennis and the man seem a little confused at my action, and I do my best to swallow down my fear. I don't know what's going on here, I say, but we're here by mistake. Well, you have no business being here, the man says, but now that the power is on, I think you might be too late anyway. For what? I ask, but he doesn't answer me. Instead, he steps forward and actually pushes me backwards with the end of his rifle. The man then repeats a question he asked before, one that makes no sense, and honestly, makes me think he might be a little crazy. Who sent you? He asks. You assholes from the Pentagon? I'm not quite sure how to take this question. Is this guy joking? So, apparently some Area 51 shit's going on in here. That's kind of what I'm gathering. If he's that concerned about the government getting involved, or whatever. Yeah, I'm the president. What's up? What you gonna do about it, bruh? No. So, it really makes me wonder. The hell is that thing in the test tube? You know what I mean? But I guess we'll have to wait until next time to find out what happens next to my boy Roger and Dennis, but mainly my boy Roger. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Talk to me. I want to get to know you a little bit, and I could always use your help. Let me know what I can improve on. Alright, so with that being said, King Basics out.